Hey guys, Thomas the Solution here, aka Mustached. I'm here to do a unique review, this time for YouTube Rewind 2017, which released today on the 6th of December. So, unlike most movie reviews where I usually recap and say what's good and bad during the recap, I'm gonna have to change my format just a smidge and just talk about it in general and an overall experience and say whether or not this was the worst rewind to date and other such things. So, let's begin. One of the first things to note that I recognized is that, unlike at least last year, they decided to cut back on a lot of the celebrities that aren't usually associated with YouTube. They did one, which they actually kind of started out with, Stephen Colbert, and they sort of move on from there. The majority of this rewind, particularly, also heavily focused on the fidget spinner, one of the top hilarious memes, I guess, and a bunch of other stuff I didn't even recognize. I honestly don't know a lot of the events that they are trying to, say, parody or make fun of, but they did focus a lot of time for that fidget spinner. And out of all the YouTubers I recognized, at least upon first viewing, just first viewing, guys, don't worry. I did recognize two YouTubers, that being Markiplier and MatPat. Those are the only two I personally recognized. And I don't personally have an issue with them trying to go to different countries and pay tribute to, these YouTubers that are from other areas. That is something that YouTube has done in previous years, so I can't say it's much better than any other year, but it is good representation nonetheless. So at least it has that still going for it instead of being removed, which is what I'm going to be talking about next. One of the biggest oddities of this year is that it also seems to remove a lot of what happened last year as well. At least in 2016, they seem to have these little sections dedicated, and in previous years, to other aspects, like, let's say, the YouTuber Let's Player community. Sometimes in little section or little bits, they would have those dedicated Let's Players have their moment and they would move on to something else. This year doesn't seem to have it, at least I didn't recognize any part of this year that seemed to indicate a video game being parodied or, being represented, nor any of the Let's Players this year. It seemed like they were completely shafted or completely removed, which is so bizarre. Furthermore, you would think that since, YouTube Rewind makes fun of stuff, you would figure, why not do other aspects like movies or something, or I haven't seen a lot of that happen yet, but that's a possibility. And that's one of the biggest flaws, is that YouTube still doesn't seem to grasp all the possibilities it can. There are so many more YouTubers that are recognizable to me, and I'm pretty sure a vast majority of other people that still have not to get a single year of representation, like Rooster Teeth or these organizations that, are like that. But then again, I'm not that surprised. I mean, look at something like TFS, who have had their share of issues with YouTube through several years, being discontinued for like a temporary moment and then brought back and then discontinued again and brought back, and fighting against all this opposition that YouTube has just brought them over the years for no good reason. I mean, if I were in their shoes, I probably wouldn't want to even be a part of the YouTube Rewind because of all that backlash. And speaking of backlash, this seems to be one of the biggest years for YouTube's backlash, and there was nothing to say, hey, we kind of screwed up, we're sorry. There was nothing in here that sort of represented that, and I feel like that should be something that is finally addressed for once. I get it, it's all supposed to be sunshine and rainbows and happy memes and stupid stuff, but come on. There was a glimpse of something else, but I'm not sure if that was supposed to be the sort of dark side, where it showed like the moon like eclipsing the sun, and then it showed like an event happening. I'm not sure which one it was, but there were quite a few. But it was like, oh, unification and stuff. But I don't know if that was anything regarding YouTube. I don't know if that was also supposed to represent that. Again, very unclear if anything else. So it seems to dive more into trying to say we have all these YouTubers from other places, but we still don't understand that there are so many other talents and so much more variety on YouTube. Variety being the key word, and I feel like YouTube has forgotten this, especially this year, considering all the things that have happened on YouTube this year. So, is it the worst YouTube rewind? Well, I would say it has its short moment of like, oh, okay, this is something, but I can't say that's much else to go on other than there's that variety of locations. But then again, as I said, every other YouTube rewind seems to have had that to some extent. So I can't really say that's even a great thing for YouTube Rewind to have, because it's always had that. So even in that vein, no, YouTube Rewind hasn't improved in any way, shape, or form, so I'm going to say by default that this now is the worst rewind to date, because it doesn't try anything new. It seems to condense things and make things smaller again, even though it's trying to make things bigger. Although, again, it didn't work because it's been done before. Like, there's nothing new. And that's sort of the issue of what's been going on, at least one of the issues that have been plaguing YouTube, besides this whole demonetization crisis, if anything. And of course they're not going to mention that anywhere on there, because they don't want to take blame. They don't want to say, oh, we actually screwed up, we're sorry. No, they don't want to do that, at least not in an obvious way. And if there was a way, I didn't spot it. So I'd say by virtue of accomplishing nothing new, it is without a doubt one of the worst, if not the worst, rewind to date. So, I don't know if I should give it a score, but I would probably give it a low score, if anything. So with that being said, that is my review of YouTube Rewind 2017, and let us hope and pray that 2018 somehow manages to find something to be good, because boy, oh boy, was 2017 one of the roughest years we've definitely had, not just on YouTube, but in general, based off of what I've been seeing. So, here's to it. We'll see where we go from here. Maybe, who knows? I mean, other bad things have happened that have been outside of YouTube that really suck, especially some platform other stuff, like VidMe being wiped off the face of existence, for example, or some other stuff like that. But, I don't know. Who knows, right? That's the whole thing, is who knows. And I would hope that if YouTube learns anything, if anyone from YouTube somehow comes across this, that they don't say, hey, we need to delete this video, or we need to demonetize this video, even if it was monetized, I wouldn't make money because I'm not a popular YouTuber, so fine, take away my monetization, I don't care, I'm not making any money off of it. So, with that said, If you enjoyed this review of Tearing Apart 2017 YouTube, then please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everyone, bye!